let's go to Poland. Now, on these little postcards on your screen now, you see various things that you can do in Germany, like get a train or drive a car, with some people who look like they should be in those adverts for people consolidating their debts. Oh, he missed the train! Okay, so our first act to...
Here we go then, so Norway next with Stella Mwango. I love this girl because her surname is in my top 15 sound-alikes for my favourite fruit. And the song is Habba Habba. Now, if you are going to a dinner party this week, my DPF for this, my dinner party fact, is that this is the first time ever that Swahili will be heard on Eurovision. That's very exciting, isn't it, Scott? Here we go then. Stella Mwango for Norway with Habba Habba.
Wow. This is Albania next. This is Alrayla Grace. Now, check her outfit. I think this might well land her in Albania's version of Heat magazine next week in the What Were You Thinking column. This is Albania's 8th time in Eurovision. This song, for me, goes on a bit, but let me know what you think. You can actually contact us, tweet us at BBC Eurovision, or on Facebook, search for BBC Eurovision. And also look for the message Scott and Sarah thread, and you can send us a little message like these people have. Phil, who is drinking Liebfraumilch, celebrating the contest being in Germany, Phil and James, that is. And Dan Kelsey, who says, Buenas noches from Spain. Give us a shout out to Dan and Aofi, watching the semi-final in Spain at the moment, and say hi to our... Sarah's gone. Might as well go to Armenia then, shall we? This is next one, it's Emmy. Now, there's a bit of a boxing theme to this one, because as you know, when you punch someone, it goes boom, boom. Or it actually goes but whatever. So check the amazing lyrics, boom boom chukka chukka. Now Emmy's really famous in Armenia. She's released 3 albums, and you'll see her and her crew come on any second now. If you want to tweet us, it's at BBC Eurovision, or just search for BBC Eurovision on Facebook. Get in touch, we might read you out. Here she is then, Emmy. This. Oh, it's Turkey. Now this is Yukasek Sadakat. Now it has to be said, in Eurovision, Turkey have upped their game a bit lately. They came second last year, so we've all got high hopes for this one. Let's hope it's going to be good. Now I saw the rehearsal for this yesterday. Do check out the person in the weird cage. And now, some more people consolidating their debts in Germany, in an art gallery. Right, so gets up for this performance. I think you might like it. It's Nina from Serbia, of course. Now, this is Serbia's 5th time in the contest. Now, she decided to do this song at the last minute. She watched all her videos at home one night on YouTube and thought, which one should I do? I know. My favourite, I think, out of all mine, is Charoban. So that's the one she's decided to do. Now, check out this performance. I can't quite work it out. This is either some kind of 60s throwback or the current fashion trend in Serbia. I don't know which one. But it's a pretty little song. Charoban in Serbian means magical. Same to you. But will it be magical for Serbia tonight?
A bit of like sort of 60s swinging flashback. So, Scott, who's next?
Wow, I've got some Twitter comments first. You can tweet us at BBC Eurovision. Roscoe83 says, amazing, Serbia, Duffy meets Austin Powers. You're right, Bailey Hartshew. There was quite a bit of Serbian hairspray going on in that last event. Now, this is one of my absolute favourites. This is Alexei Roboyov. He's from Russia, and the track is called Get You. And the song is written by one of the best producers in the world. It's Red One. In fact, if you try singing Let's Dance by Lady Gaga along to this song, sorry, Just Dance by Lady Gaga, then you won't go far wrong, because it's quite similar. This guy won the Russian X Factor, and he's got everything. Check out his jacket that lights up. Oh, hello, Switzerland. There's a Grand Prix circuit in Germany. Grand Prix, that should have been, I knew that. You know me in sport. Okay, so we're going to Switzerland next. This is Anna Rossinelli. They've won twice at Eurovision. Last time was Celine, Darkest Hour. It's Georgia. Now, Georgia have been in Eurovision just 3 times. They weren't allowed to take part in 2009. They were going to, but their song made reference to the Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin, and the Eurovision bosses were like, no. So they didn't get on. Oh, hello.
Hey, I'm back again. I've got a couple of empty yoghurt pots and some string, and I'm going to try and join in a bit now, if that's all right. Hey, I'll tell you what, with this Georgia entry, have a look out for the Noel Fielding Mighty Bush lookalike. See if you can spot him in there somewhere. So this is Georgia then. One More Day from Eldraine. From playing the accordion, though during this song Paradise plays the guitar, which to me just is a bit confusing, if I'm honest. My favourite thing about Paradise Oscar is that he seems to be sporting a lady's blouse made possibly from recycled petticoats. Now, they have scored the dreaded nil point on 3 occasions, and hopefully Paradise Oscar won't make it 4th time unlucky.
Also,
so they're sending Paradise in with Damn. Now, I know you're quite fond of him, Scott, is that right?
I am. I think he looks like a sweet boy, but then as the performance goes on, he just looks smug. He gets more and more smug. You'll see what I mean when you watch him. Here he is.
Here we go.
Paradise Oscar. Finland's Jeff Brazier there. And next, we're off to Malta. Now, I met this guy at the weekend, and you'll see it a bit later on in the show. There was opening parties in Dusseldorf. Now, he gave me a big hug, and he left a lot of foundation all the way down my dark jacket on the right-hand side. His name is Glenn Vella. Poor Glenn, it's taken him 5 attempts to make it to Eurovision, but you know what? He got there in the end. Malta have never won the contest. They might not even go through tonight if they don't get enough votes. Can they realistically win it? I'll let you be the judge. Thanks. This is Glenn Vella. It says traditional Eurovision, fake tan, bright lights, flamboyant dancers, and a boom, boom, boom beat. We're actually trending at the moment on Twitter, so if you want to tweet us, might give you a little mention, at BBC Eurovision. It's Scott Mills in London, and Sarah Cox is in the arena, in the Dusseldorf Arena in Germany, host to this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Okay, next one. We're going to go to San Marino. Who? Don't worry, I didn't know it was a country either until I got involved with this. San Marino, and it's a girl called Senit. Now, she's been in musicals all across Europe. She's been in Fame and Hair in Switzerland. She's been in The Lion King in somewhere is missing their tinfoil. San Marino's entry is wearing it. That's from Rye7709 on Twitter. Okay, that lady you just saw was a lady called Daria. She's off of Croatia. And she's a big girl. I also met her on the red carpet at the opening parties at the weekend. She was really tall, made me feel like a dwarf. Now, a bit of a history behind this song. It's had a few names. It used to be called Mild Wind. And then it became Break a Leg. But now they've written new lyrics, and it's called Celebrate. thing is, Croatia's expected to join the European Union in June, so Celebrate, they thought, would be a good title because they're going to celebrate. It does sound like they're singing Salivate. We're on @BBC Eurovision if you want to tweet us or find us on Facebook. Just search for BBC Eurovision. It's very simple. Now, this next one is Iceland. Now, this is about a guy called Stjáni, who was an Icelandic songwriter and singer who suddenly died in January this year. It's a bit of a sad story around this one. He'd already submitted his song to represent Iceland. So after talking it through, his wife and friends decided that they wanted to do his song and remain in the competition in kind of tribute to him. So these are Stjáni's closest musical friends. That's why they're called Stjáni's friends. Hungary next. Now, this is Kati. I'm not being rude, but Kati's one of those people where you can't tell. She could be anywhere between about 28 and 48. Do you know what I mean? Just couldn't put an age on her. Might want to guess on Twitter if you want. Now, it's Kati Wolf. The song is What About My Dream. She shot to fame in Hungary when she got through to the finals of the X Factor there. The whole country loves her. And when you see this performance, which is very blue, not rude, I mean just the colour blue, check out her massive bling on her finger. Don't be fooled by the Rockstar people. Right, this is Portugal. I've seen this one before. This is Homem da Luta. They're supposed to be a comedy group. They have actually had several successful comedy shows in Portugal, but their song has a serious message. It's all about the employment situation in Portugal. They've got megaphones to shout their message and everything. Like I said, bear in mind, they are a comedy act. Bear that in mind when you watch this. And also check out the real nice kind of bush they've got on the screen behind them. Everyone has a different... That's right. Everyone has a different screen they can choose. There's a huge screen as well, have you seen it? A lot of people using it very well. Homem rescue us at once. Look at them. That was Evelina Sashenko. She always wanted to be a rock singer. But then everyone around her was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen, love. What you need to do is do a bit of proper singing. Now, this is quite unique because Evelina is joined on stage by a piano and uses sign language during the middle part of her performance. She actually showed me some of her sign language on the red carpet in Düsseldorf at the opening party at the weekend. Lithuania have never won Eurovision before, and they've had 11 shots at it. So here she is, Evelina Sashenko. I'm being forced into this, get me out of here at once. That was Evelina Sashenko. And c'est ma vie. You're watching the semi-final #1 of Eurovision. A lot of people on Twitter going, where are Jedward? Well, they're going to be on for Ireland on the second semi-final, which is Thursday night, 8 o'clock here on BBC Three. And then the main show with Graham Norton, the final of the Eurovision Song Contest, 8 o'clock, BBC One, Saturday night. Now, I like these next two. They're from Azerbaijan, and they're called El and Nikki. El lived...
Beautifully, though. So next we have Greece. See if you can spot the very subtle Greek references in the staging in the background there. Now it's going to be Lucas Yorkas featuring Stereo Mike. Now it's done a bit of a mixture of music here. It's traditional Greek folk with hip hop. So tonight, will it be a complete folk hop or will it go okay? Now then, it's the last song of this evening, of this first semi-final, but in a way, more importantly, it's the last time Scott and I will do a link together. Not that we've really been doing that, because Dusseldorf's been unplugged. So I just want to say, Scott, I love you, and I'm going to hand over to Greece now. Lucas Yorkas featuring Stereo Mike.